Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the Power BI deployment pipelines. Power BI deployment pipelines are a feature designed to help the organization manage the life cycle of their Power BI content from development to production. Deployment pipelines provide a structured and efficient way to manage, deploy, and monitor the content, ensuring that the reports, datasets, and dashboards are consistently and reliably delivered to the users. This feature is particularly useful for organizations that require the stringent control over the BI assets and need to ensure that the data integrity and performance across the different environment is same. Let's talk about some of the key components of the deployment pipeline. The first one is the stages. The initial stage is development where the content is created and tested by the developers. Next is a test stage, which is a staging area where the content is validated and tested for performance and accuracy before it is moved to the production. Then we have the production, which is the final stage where the content is shared with the end users for business operations and decision making. Then we have pipeline management. The first one is creation, where you can easily create the deployment pipelines in Power BI service. The next is the stage transition, where you can move the content through the pipeline stages, which is from development to test and from test to production with just a few clicks. Next one is the deployment rules, which set up a deployment rule to manage how the data source parameters and dataset configurations are handled across the different stages. The next key component is monitoring and insight. We have the activity logs, which track the deployment activities and view the logs to understand what changes were made and by whom they were made. Then we have metrics and alerts, which is to monitor the pipeline health and set up the alerts to notify the stakeholders of issues or important events. Then we have the automation. In this, we have the scheduled deployment, in which you can automate the deployment process by scheduling the content deployment at a specific time. We also have an API integration where you can use the Power BI REST APIs to integrate the deployment pipelines with other DevOps tools and processes. Now we will talk about the benefits of the deployment pipelines. The first benefit is improved efficiency. You can simplify the content deployment process by reducing the manual steps and minimizing the errors in the streamlined workflow. Then you can also ensure the consistent and reliable deployment of BI content across different environments in the consistent deployments. Then we have the enhanced collaboration. Here you can enable multiple developers to work on the BI content simultaneously and manage their changes throughout the pipeline. We can also implement the approval process to ensure that only the validated and approved content is moved to the production. Then we have the better governance. Here we can maintain the version control of BI assets, allowing for the rollbacks and tracking changes over a period of time. We can also ensure the compliance with organizational and regulatory standards by managing how the content is tested and deployed. The last one is scalability. Here you can handle large scale deployments with ease, making it suitable for enterprise environments. You can also customize the deployment pipelines to match the specific needs and workflows of your organization. To conclude, Power BI deployment pipelines offer a robust and efficient way to manage the lifecycle of the Power BI content. By providing a structured approach to content development, testing, and production development, deployment pipelines can help ensure that data is consistent and the performance and consistency across the organization is well managed. Whether for small teams or large enterprises, deployment pipelines enhances the collaboration, improve governance, and streamline the deployment process, making it easier to deliver high quality BI content to the users. This was all for this session. In the next session, we will see how can we create a deployment pipeline in Power BI services. Thank you.